say that while I put my video off, because I don't know if my internet is beginning to be shaky. But that being said, please, if you know of anybody that should be part of this webinar today, we have under 60 seconds to start. Please kindly get across to them to join immediately and be part of it. That wise, I will return it to Susie. Please, Susie, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lonray. So welcome, everyone. This is a public webinar that you've been invited to about a business called OnPassive. And I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name is Marty DeGarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the United States of America. Marty, for over 17 years, was a project manager in the corporate world and traveled all across the globe. And then for over 15 years after that, he has been an online marketer, done business online. He has seen everything. He has been presented with many, many other opportunities and programs. This man I trust as like another brother to me, and it's important that you listen to him and his wisdom, because he does have a lot of experience and wisdom. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marty, and then I'll be back for the Q&A.
Susie, thank you very much. Lonray, thank you. Welcome everybody here on Saturday, the 29th of May. Oh my gosh, can't believe how fast things are going. Well, today you were invited to this webinar so you could be as fortunate as we are to even find out about this business. Like Susie said, I've been online since 2004. Actually came online I wound up on disability and I was looking for a way to make a little extra money. And I saw that other people were doing it. There was a lot of businesses online to choose from. And I started my little adventure online back then. It's my 17th year. And if you've been online very long, I don't care, 17 years or 17 minutes, well, maybe not that little, but pretty quick, you realize if you're trying to make money online, there's a lot of hurdles that you run into to make $1, okay, if you're lucky enough to make the $1. And no different for me. I got in, and I can't even tell you the first opportunity I was in, but same thing. I got in, I paid what I was supposed to. They put you on auto ship. They tell you certain things you got to do. Maybe listen to this, watch this video, do this, do that, and keep doing what we tell you to do, and you'll be successful. I did all that, like everything I was told, and it didn't happen. And it got to the point where, I would be happy if I just made enough. I just made enough money to cover my monthly subscription or auto pay, and I didn't. And this went on and on and on. And then when I thought, a couple of times you might luck out, people undo you, whatever, by accident. But I realized about 7 months later, many businesses folding, pay plan didn't work. They do a big grand launch and dies and flutters and blows up. Just horrible things. You get wrapped up in something and it doesn't work. It's not a good feeling. So a few years back, about 8, 9 years into it, I said, I'm just going to have to learn how to do some type of marketing. I have to learn how to drive traffic. Traffic's the key. And if you've been on very long, you're going to find out it's exactly what it is. Without the traffic, you can have a Ferrari. You ain't got no keys to start the engine. There you sit. So started working on that. Piddle. A few people come in, but get a couple. Well, this is pretty cool. Because back, when you first get in, if you get 3 or 4 people that are not your family, you're doing pretty well. Well, it went on and on and on. And about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I met Mike Ellis here. and Dan Street, who isn't here tonight. And we got together as a team, and between the three of us, what our weaknesses, we helped each other. You know, whatever I couldn't do, Mike was good at. Whatever Mike couldn't do, Dan and I was whatever. And we got into a business. I can't tell you the first one. Now, what happened to us, I'm going to be brief, is what happened to us then is we could build a team, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and maybe a little money start coming in. You set up a system that you're going to have, and boom, you get up one morning and you're punching in the website and it's not there. And you hear from a few people, yeah, it wasn't there, it just shut down. You gotta be kidding. So we tried to build relationships at the time. The next build, we got to find something more secure. But it's like a stab in the dark. You don't know. And we got to another one. We get it, and then maybe it's okay. And you're bringing people in, and hey, this is feeling pretty good. And then you look at the people you brought in, and you can't bring them with you. Why? Because they're where I was 5 years prior. They don't know how to drive traffic. I can't drive traffic for 5 and 6 different people. It's hard enough driving it, me, Mike, and Dan. And that really started to not be good. So 2 years ago, now look, if you can learn the skills and you don't care about people and you just want to drive traffic and build a team, people are just numbers. Yeah, people have done it and they do very well. That just wasn't us. I want to bring people with us. What fun is it if you're there by yourself? A couple of years ago, thank God, I bumped into Red Redfern. He's not here today. He was doing something. I knew him. I trusted him. And he started telling me about the business you're going to hear about today. And I was blown away. I asked really, the bar was low, right? What do I want? I want to be able to make money. Myself, Mike, and Dan. I'd love to, everybody I bring in can make money too. He said, yeah, they can. Unlimited, by the way. Auto ships kill people because they never have a chance to build the money, even pay for that. No auto ship. Whoa. And then the biggest one, one of the biggest one was the products. Is it a gadget, something they're trying to introduce to the world for the first time? No, high demand, sold by millions, bought by millions and millions of people, and I'm going, holy cow, and it's digital. I'm not going to fill my closet with whatever. I'm in. I paid, went back to Mike and Dan. I don't remember what I told them, but we got to get in. We'll find out the rest later. And we did find out later, and we find out even more every day. Best decision I ever made online, ever. You'll find out everybody here feels the same way. And I'm going to turn it over to Charles Osong. He's going to explain to you in detail. If you get a pencil and a paper, you can write stuff down. So if you have questions at the end, you can ask, and we'll answer it. We'll answer anything you want to know. Charles has been involved with IT for 30 years. So he knows about that and artificial intelligence. It's a big deal. And when he saw this, he did the same thing we did, but in a different view, and went, you got to be kidding. If they could do this is, his expression was, it's going to be an internet explosion, if I remember right. So I'm going to turn this over to Charles. Tons of experience. He saw what it was and said, I got to do it, just like many, many other people. Mr. Osong, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so very much, Maddie, and all the leaders up here. It's always a pleasure to work with great minds like you. I am very, very honored. Guys, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the founders who are coming back. But I want to give a special welcome to our guests, because I always say we love our founders, but we love the guests more. And you're here today to hear about a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity. And the way we do that is we tell you our stories. Maddie just summarized his story for you. And I'm going to be telling you my story, and you will find out they are pretty similar, right? Because we're in the same field, we encounter the same problems, we all have hearts that we want to reach out and help. Now, my story, like Maddie said, I've been in IT for decades. And I'm just going to be telling you my story, the truth, because Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And I just don't feel like remembering anything, right? So being in IT for decades, I've always looked for ways to make extra money because I have a big family within the United States and outside of the United States that I would like to help. And in so doing, I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people on earth, long time ago. And he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So every time I go to sleep, I'm thinking, am I making money? Am I not making money, right? So I decided to stop working for corporate America just over 4 years ago. And I recall a colleague of mine looking at me and going, Charles, you must be very fortunate. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for so long and I can't seem to save up that kind of money. So there's got to be a better way. So I decided to tender my resignation, got an office space in Maryland in the United States. And just over 2 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, I have this opportunity to share with you. And I said, great. Just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is simple. You bring an opportunity to them, they take a look at it before making a decision. So I pretended to be one of them that day. But I told my friend, I've got 3 prerequisites, 3 small questions that we have to settle before we move on. And question number 1, with this opportunity, will I have to recruit to make money? In other words, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I still gonna make money? And when I say money, I mean real money, not just chop change. I've been blessed enough to see some chop change. I mean enough money to give me financial freedom. Now remember guys, I had time freedom because I retired, but I needed financial freedom because when you have both of them, what do we have? Total freedom. So I was looking for that. So I asked my friend, with this opportunity, if I cannot recruit even one person, am I gonna be able to make that kind of money? And he said to me, Charles, you will. You'll make enough money to leave a legacy for your children, your children's children. That sounded like music to my ears. And I said, okay, let's go to question number 2. Will I have to come out of pocket every month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Will I have to pay a monthly ownership? And he said to me, Charles, when this company launches, you come out of pocket once, and that's it. After that, one-way traffic. The money is going to come from the company to your bank account. One-way traffic. I could not hide my excitement, but I managed to do that. And I said, well, let's go to the 3rd and final question. The last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have a legitimate, viable product? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, we need on a daily basis. If you don't have that, life is simply miserable. Think of internet access. Think of your cell phone, something like that. And my friends, this is for sustainability. The company doesn't have legitimate, viable products. Believe me, it is a matter of time before it folds. So I looked up at my friend and I asked him that question. And he said to me, Charles, with your extensive IT background, you should be able to understand these products better than me. And I said, okay. So I went, took a look at the products, came back to him, and I said, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we're going to have an internet quake. We're going to have a shake-up of the internet. But I also told him, we're going to have to wait some time, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years, before this project is done. He didn't like that. He said to me, Charles, why would you say that? And I said to him, you told me to take a look at the products. I did. And I understand what they're doing. They're using something we call AI, artificial intelligence, in every step of the development process. Okay? And AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? A technology that comes every once in a while and will change the way we do things. We have no choice, just like the internet. In other words, it disrupts our lives. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So for those of you who are familiar with software development, you're gonna agree with me. This is time consuming. That's why I told my friend, we're gonna have to buckle up and just enjoy the roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long it's gonna take. I need to be part of this right now. I had something we call FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life, and I wasn't gonna miss out on this one, not for any length of time and not at any cost. So I asked him, how much is it gonna cost me to be part of this company today? And I was expecting some big amount of money, maybe $20,000 or even more. And I was ready. I had my credit cards. In the United States, you don't need cash. We just need some plastics, and I had a few of those. But my friend looked up at me and said to me, Charles, you ain't got to worry too much. It's only $97. $97. Needless to say, I was discombobulated. I was flabbergasted, speechless. And I said to him, you got to be kidding. He said, nope, I'm dead serious. And I said, okay, here's my card. By the time we were done, it costed me $102. So yes, there is a small $5 fee that the banks will charge when you use credit or debit card. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 5 years to be monitoring this company. Please call me, text me, email me, do whatever it takes. Get me informed when they are closer to launch so I can get more involved. He said, sure, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, can you make yourself available in 1 week's time? The CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us. And I said, no problem. 1 week later, I hopped on the call, and there was Mr. Ashmore-Farah. Mr. Ashmore-Farah, for those of us who have been founders for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you he will help us make lots of money, but also, and more specifically, because of his heart for humanity. My friends, as you come to join us, you'll find out our CEO, not only does he have the brains, but he also has the heart. We have a lot of smart people out there. We have geniuses out there. Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, just to name a few. But these guys have the brain, but do they have the heart? Well, you will see the difference when you join us. Our company is built around love. But mind you, my friends, I was listening to Mr. Mofara for the very first time ever. And he came on and he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch. And I'm confused at this time. I said to myself, whom is he kidding? It's just 8 months ago, I told my friend, we're going to be waiting for the long haul. But the least he did was he got my attention. So I was listening very keenly. And he said, we have hired an office in Bangalore in India. For those of you who are familiar with that part of the world, Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley of India. Now, if you look behind me, you'll see a building that says OnPassive. This building is fairly new. We acquired this building it was early December 2020, okay? But at that time, this building was not there. They had gone to Bangalore and they had leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. And Mr. Mofara went on, we've hired 200 engineers. And these engineers are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I've been part of a few of those. Well, this guy goes to the source. And when I say source, for those of you who are in IT, you agree with me that Indians are simply the best in the game. Now he goes to the source. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. No, he got 200 of them. And these guys are not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. These guys are working around the clock. These guys are working 24/7. These guys are taking turns so that this baby is born. Okay. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2-3 years what is scheduled to take 4 or 5 years. So my belief factor goes up. And I went back, took a look at the time, energy, money spent ever since I joined the company until then. And then I realized this is that time that I told my friend to let me know so I can get involved. This is the time to roll up my sleeves. And I became a man on a mission because I knew what this is going to do to humanity. And I summoned a few of my friends to my office and I said, my friends, we are going to have to share this globally. We're going to have to spread the word as much as we can. Those who have ears can hear. Those who don't, we have done our part. So we decided on Zoom, right? Thanks to technology with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It could be a smartphone. It could be a laptop, an iPad. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it in Africa, and you are on. Okay, so what is this company I'm talking to you about? OnPassive. You can see behind me. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Ash Mofara, that I just mentioned a few moments ago, graduated with a master's in e-commerce and information technology. He went back to Harvard, did some more studies on how to do online businesses. This guy has a knack for AI, artificial intelligence, that I just mentioned to you guys. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic, my friends, is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today. So what is traffic? Let's spend a couple minutes talking about traffic. Traffic is a differentiator between OnPassive and any other company you can see out there, period. What is traffic? It is the fundamental element of any business. It doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But I know most of us have an age. We're more familiar with offline businesses. So let's start with offline businesses. I know Madi just mentioned traffic. Can you drive traffic? What is traffic? Okay, so let's say you have a business offline and I have the same business, same exact business. And it doesn't matter. It can be a car dealership. It could be a hair salon, a barber shop, doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a restaurant. And I use restaurant because I love food. And I know each and every one of us must eat, okay? So you have a restaurant and I have the same exact restaurant. Same cook, same name, same everything, okay? The only difference is what? Location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, very busy shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant is located in a back alley. It is hidden. Well, yours will do better than mine. And here's why. People are going to come to the shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall, eventually they will get hungry. They'll look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. On my restaurant, on the other hand, people are going to have to know that it's there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. And because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what is traffic? People, customers coming in and out of your business. Now, what about traffic online? But before I go there, I want to say this. If you have, in this day and age, you have an offline business like the restaurant, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you will be smoked by your competition. So what am I saying in essence? Yes, we do have lots of businesses offline, hundreds of millions of businesses offline, but we have more online, billions of them. And all of these businesses online, they thrive on traffic too. No traffic, their history. So what is traffic online? Simple, clicks. You have a business online, the first thing that needs to happen for you to make a sale, people need to click on it. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have businesses online, individuals online. They make money simply by driving traffic to those billions of businesses, and they're making a killing. Typical example, Google. And then we have something called targeted traffic. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online, searching for something, searching for a TV, for example, and somebody taps you on the back and say, hey, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And the moment you go there, all you see are TVs, all sorts of TVs, all colors, all prices. Chances of you buying, very high. Guess what? That store just got itself a targeted traffic. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mo Farah, that I just mentioned to you guys a few moments ago, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. And that is why I told you guys earlier, because of traffic, we can dream. He proved himself. When he graduated, he joined a few companies, drove so much traffic to these companies. Yes, he made some millions doing that. And these companies made a lot of money too. But unfortunately, most of them went out of business. Why? Remember I told you guys earlier, no legitimate, viable products. It is a time bomb. So Mr. Mo Farah and his family, notably his wife, are going to sit down and say, you know what? We need to stop doing this. We need to stop sending people, customers, to businesses that will eventually go out. We're going to get our own. We're going to get founding members, you and I. We're going to drive traffic to them, get some legitimate, viable digital services, drive traffic to them. They make money, we make money. My friends, that is the birth of OnPassive. So just over a few years ago, about 3 years ago, and mark you, this is very important because there was no pandemic. There was no coronavirus at the time. These guys were just visionaries. Just about 3 years ago, they're going to sit together and say, hey, we have about 7.7 billion people on Earth. At any point in time, about 7 million of them are online. Now, 3 years ago, 7 million people online. You can imagine how many today with the pandemic. A lot more, right? But 7 million is still a lot. What kind of services are these people looking for? What are the digital services they're looking for so we can provide them? Well, some of them are doing online banking. I know that. I do that. I love that. And sometimes I do it 2, 3 times a day. And I know some of you do that as well. When we do these things, there are people, there are companies online that monetize on our services. So these guys are going to say, you know what? With artificial intelligence, we can do that too. Even better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media platform like Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We're sending text. We're sending photos to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Now that is called community. And these guys are gonna say, you know what? We can have our own community, AI driven, even better. And as you come to join us, you're gonna find out we already have a community and it is growing by the second, over 672,000 strong. Some of us online are yet doing what? E-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. Yes, there are people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. I know that. I thought about it once upon a time. And these guys are gonna say, with AI, we can have our own e-commerce, super, super smart, even better than whatever you have out there. Some of us online are doing what? Video conferencing, just like you and I. So if you can see me, you can hear me. It means you went to Zoom, put in some ID, and there you are. Believe it or not, the owners, Eric Wan and his co-founders, they are monetizing on our services as we speak. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of more than 25 of them. And all of these guys are making serious money, especially ever since the pandemic. Well, Zoom is the most popular amongst all of them. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long, my friends. You wait. Those of us who have been founders for some time, we've had a privilege to see a demo of our webinar platform. We call it OConnect. You wait until OConnect comes out. It's going to make Zoom look like a joke. The images are clearer, 3D. It is faster. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted. It is more scalable. And above all, guess what? It is cheaper. But for now, let's focus on Zoom because we're still in pre-launch. It's still their day. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging about 10 million participants a day. April 1st, 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had increased to over 300 million participants a day. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine reported Zoom as having made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. You guys know why? Simple. Ever since the pandemic, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. I've seen pastors, women of God, men of God, having virtual prayer services. I've seen virtual weddings, virtual all kinds of stuff. So guess what? The world is going virtual. And these guys at OnPassive using artificial intelligence are going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another virtual service, virtual private network, VPN. And my friends, I'm just giving you services that OnPassive is putting together because I saw somebody asking what are the products, okay? VPN. What is that? It's a fancy name for a tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet, provides for privacy. Employers use that so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Okay? Ever since the pandemic, every company asking employees to work from home, Microsoft, Facebook, even the federal government. So guess what? Somebody is monetizing on these services. So these guys are OnPassive. They say, you know what? With AI, we're going to have our own VPN. Super, super smart, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? Cheaper. When OnPassive launches, I can assure you, the big players in this space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there's a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will. Now let's talk about another service, another product. Search engine optimization, SEO. Sounds like a mouthful, right? What is that? Well, we know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. Yet, all of us should know about Google. It is so popular. It's like a verb these days. Google it. Well, you can go to Google to search for something 10 times a day, 100 times a day, free of charge. You can go to Google to get a Gmail account, 10 Gmail accounts, 100 Gmail accounts, free of charge. Sounds like everything is free in Google. We all go to Facebook, free. Sounds like everything is free. But these companies are multi-billion-dollar companies. Now, here is a multi-billion-dollar question I have for you guys. How do they make money? Okay, well, most of us don't know, and frankly, most of us don't care because it's none of our business. But let me just tell you how Google makes money. One of the main ways they make money. Why? Because OnPassive is going to help us make money the same way. You go to Google today, google.com, and you search for something, and it can be anything. It can be a watch, it can be a phone, it can be a camera. But let's say you search for a camera, only because I do market my cameras on Google. So you search for camera. A bunch of them are going to pop up, and one of them will be from my store. You click on that camera, you just cost them money. You don't have to buy it. They call it pay per click, right? So what does Google say? You market something to us, and the customer comes looking for that item. We're going to optimize our search, hence search engine optimization. And why would they do that? Because I've paid them. We're going to bring your item to the top so that people can see it, eyeballs. The moment they see it, game over. You got to pay. My credit card on that file, they charge it. That's it. So I'm a small business guy. I can tell you that. Very, very small, almost insignificant online. And I'm paying Google every month about $400. I'm paying Microsoft every month also, about $600. Why am I paying Microsoft? Bill Gates is smart. Very, very smart. He knew SEO is going to be big, didn't have time to start a brand new company. He bought an existing company called Bing, revamped it, and people like us have to pay him month in, month out. I'm also paying a company called GoDaddy. Why am I paying GoDaddy? Domain name service. Every company online has to have a domain name, right? So there are companies that host domain name. So OnPassive is going to host domain name for us also using artificial intelligence. OnPassive is going to have our own search engine optimizer. Super, super smart. By the time you type the first character, AI driven, you type the first character, it already knows where you are headed. So let me tell you this, my friends, when OnPassive launches, the big players in this space like Google, they will know. There's a new kid on the block. Yes, they will know. Okay? So what am I doing? All I'm doing is simple. I am giving you some of the services, digital services that OnPassive is putting together, the ones that we can relate to. We use them day in, day out, whether we know it or not. Okay? And what is OnPassive doing? OnPassive says if you're a business person, small or large, you're individual, you need a digital service, you think about it, we got it for you. Under one umbrella, same place. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And here's a big word for you to take home today, integrated. No company has ever done it before. No company. And OnPassive is 99% there. So this is value. I told you guys earlier, you don't have to recruit to make money. You don't have to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay some bill. And then guess what? We have the most legitimate, viable products and services in this day and age. That is value. My friends, if you find that somewhere, you let me know, and I will be your first customer. Yes, I will. Now, I told you guys earlier, when my friend came to me a couple of years ago, it cost me $97 to be part of OnPassive. Today, fortunately for you, it is still $97. Fortunately, for a limited time only. Because very soon, we're going to hit soft launch. What happens during soft launch, we, the founders, will start testing out some of those products. We call them beta testing, user acceptance testing. And they're already out, some of them. We're going to start testing them. But before it is officially there, the price to become a founder goes up. How much? We don't know. But so save yourself some money. Get involved. Whoever sent you this invitation, tell them you're interested. Get involved, save yourself some money before the price goes up. Okay? If you're familiar with Richard Branson, he said, somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, jump on it and then begin to understand it later. This is an amazing opportunity. Jump on it. And then when you become a founder, what happens next? Financially, nothing. You wait until we launch. You can share the opportunity to your loved ones, yes, but financially, nothing. You wait until we launch, public launch. When we launch, you're going to have to come out of pocket again one more time. How much is it going to be? About $250, give or take. And what is that money for? For all those products that I just mentioned to you and more. OnPassive is putting them together in one bundle. One bundle. Okay, that's what our customers are going to be paying for when they come in, month out. So guess what? We, the founders, we're going to be the company's first customers. We, the founders, we're going to be a product of the products. So when we launch, we're going to come out of pocket again one more time to pay for these products, for this subscription. By the way, it is a subscription, monthly subscription, right? So we are here because of what? Monthly residual income. You cannot have monthly residual income without monthly subscription. The two go hand in hand. But fortunately for us, because we are founders, we're going to come out of pocket one time. Subsequently, the AI goes to work for us, giving us commission, and our monthly subscription comes out of our profit. Subsequently, you can never beat that. Okay? Now, I am going to close it up right here with OnPassive. You can be passive or you can be active. Like the name suggests, you can be passive. What does that mean? That means you can come in, you fold your arms, you sit, upon launch, you pay a little subscription, and that's it. Or you can come in and get your loved ones in as well, helping them succeed. And by so doing, you're going to succeed even faster. But the bottom line is, with OnPassive, everyone wins as long as you're in. Okay? So get back to whoever invited you. I'm going to hand over to some of the leaders here. Mike Ellis, I don't know if you have a word or two to add if I've missed anything. Okay? I know this Fred is not here, so you can go ahead and add something if I've missed anything, but I believe I've given you guys the bulk part of this information. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thanks, Charles. That was absolutely terrific. And everything that Charles has said is spot on, guys. OnPassive is so unique and has never been done in the history of the world, online or offline. And what Ash Mufareh has done is really built a system, as Charles has said, that was made for you and I, those individuals coming online that want to build wealth. And we know as people come online, 97% of the people come online, they fail for whatever reason. And Ash has turned those numbers around with OnPassive. And as you come into OnPassive, 97% of the people, you will succeed. You will make money. It's how it's structured. You will make residual income. And as Marty and Charles has talked about, traffic is the key to everything. And when you look at what Ash and his team can do with their traffic sources, it's extraordinary. All of us here on the panel at one time or another have driven traffic. And it's a very, very difficult thing to do. Most people can't do it. And when OnPassive came in and started driving traffic, I was just absolutely amazed. I was flabbergasted. I didn't know that much traffic could be run in that short a period of time. And this is good quality traffic, getting eyes in front of what you and I are going to be doing with OnPassive. And it makes everything possible. And as you look at OnPassive and you've listened to Charles, yes, there are a lot of moving parts, but keep it very, very simple. This is 100% automated with AI. OnPassive is not only going to drive traffic for you, but they are going to manage your business as customers come in, land underneath you, and you get paid off of that volume. OnPassive is going to manage all of this. In fact, the customers, and OnPassive is primarily a customer-based business, as customers come in, they're not even going to know who you are, which is a good thing. We don't want them to know who we are. We just want them to come in, land underneath us, and we get paid. And OnPassive is going to manage all of this. So as Susie said, you don't have to have a great technical background to come in and be an OnPassive. Charles, he's absolutely brilliant when it comes to IT. I mean, he's been doing this a very, very long time. You don't have to be as sharp as Charles, although that would be nice to be, but it takes years to do that. Come in, let OnPassive manage what you're doing, what they're doing for you. Sit back and manage your money. And then there are a few things you can do to scale the business, but we can get into that in another time. The bottom line is 100% automated. OnPassive is going to do the work for you. And if you've ever been online before, you know it's a very, very difficult place to be to make money. OnPassive solves that problem, not only for you, but those individuals you really care about, you want to share OnPassive with because you want to affect their bottom line, their financial future. So Charles, that was an absolutely great presentation. I think it's the best one I've ever heard you give. I'll be back and back and back just to listen to you explain OnPassive. I'm going to turn it over to Marty or Susie, and you all can come on in. If you're new, come on in, ask your questions. As you can see, there's a lot of talent here, and we won't have any problem answering any question you might have. Marty, Susie, whoever wants to take it from here, go ahead.
Marty, do you have any words, or would you like me to roll right into our Q&A?
I've been contemplating how do I top what I just heard from both of them. I would rather not say anything right now. Yeah, but
Okay.
just to answer the keep in mind, Susie's going to let you know because her nickname is Sergeant Susie. Make sure you're a guest when you ask your question. And then go ahead, Susie. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, thank you, Charles and Mike. Charles, that presentation was excellent. I always grab some more nuggets every time I hear a presentation. So kudos to you. And Mike, thanks for following up with that. So if you have a question and you're a guest, there's an icon where you can raise your hand. We'll see that your hand is raised. We will bring you onto the screen here as a panelist. And when you come on, you'll see the screen change a little bit. You'll come on. Actually, it looks like somebody's starting to bring people on. Remember, this Q&A is for guests only. If you're a current founder, we have a private founder Q&A every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and it lasts as long as you have questions. So if you raise your hand and you come on and you start asking a question that isn't appropriate for this webinar, we're going to ask you to join us on Monday. So don't take it personally. Today is for our guests. So we have Marilyn. Marilyn, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, that would be great. Marilyn Chinnery, you can go down to the microphone, Marilyn, and unmute yourself. Okay, we'll come back to you, Marilyn. Not sure if you wanted to ask a question. There's someone on, I don't understand the first part, but your name is Saini, S-A-I-N-I. If you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Saini, S-A-I-N-I. Okay, usually what happens is by the third one, we get somebody. Okay, so next we have TechnoSparks 5 Pro. TechnoSpark 5 Pro must be the name of your phone. If you would unmute yourself and ask your question. While we're waiting for people to come on board and unmute themselves, a question. Oh, there's Sandra. Okay, we'll go with Techno first. TechnoSpark. Hi, welcome. Do you have a question for the panel?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm new in the company, following what you are saying. But I just want to know most of the advantages that we are going to have in the company.
for being a founder? Like, what are the advantages to be a founder?
For being a founder, the
Okay,
privileges that we are going to attain.
okay, great.
Anyway, I'm speaking from Ghana.
Okay, well, welcome. So who would like to answer that question as far as what the privileges are of being a founder? What kind of perks do we get?
I'll
Yeah,
start it,
thanks.
Susie, and then everybody else can jump in and give the benefits.
Okay,
As a founding member of OnPassive, and we go into soft launch, what's going to happen to the founding members is we're actually going to start building your team. And you're gonna find other founders that are going to land underneath you. And as that happens, you have to understand that as your team grows, each one of those individuals that land underneath you, it is another stream of revenue. And the more streams of revenue that you make, it cuts time frames and gets you to that place where your financial needs are met. And maybe you don't even think about finances. So for me, that's a really, really important part of becoming a founder is you actually, OnPassive is actually going to build your team in soft launch. This is before we launch to the world. And it's a really, really big deal to get those additional income streams that we all want. Another advantage of being a founder as we launch to the world is the traffic. Because we are founders, because we came in before we launched to the world, as we launch to the world, we will get more traffic through our business. We'll get more eyes in front of what we're doing. And what that will do over time, obviously, is to build your business quicker. Again, all of this points to that one thing we all want, to take care of that financial bottom line. It really is ingenious what Ash has done for us, the individuals that have come in before the launch to the world. There are more benefits to becoming a founder, but those two alone, when I heard them, I was just in. It really was a simple decision for me. They're going to build my team for me. They're going to give me more traffic. And because of that, I'm going to get to that place where I want to be quicker. So hopefully that made sense.
did that answer your question, Techno? You're muted, Techno. What's your first name? You're still muted. Okay, what's your first name?
Ebenezer Sari.
Oh, okay. Did
Sorry.
Mike? Okay, thank you. Did Mike answer your question?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, and I'm glad you jumped on board. Next, we have Sandra Lucky. Your hand is raised. If you could unmute yourself and ask your question. I'm going to bring a few more people in.
Okay.
Bye.
Good morning to everyone.
Hi, Sandra. How are you? Welcome. What's your question for the panel?
My question is, there are different companies, AI companies, and like Charles mentioned, the SEO companies that are doing a tremendous, great deal of creating money. However, although they are keeping people on the dark end because you don't get to know exactly what's going on. Is this going to be one of those type of companies? Because from my understanding, I'm getting to hear the different things that those companies are doing, and that this company is going to be like that company, like those companies that were mentioned, but it's going to be greater than that. Is this company going to be transparent? Because even though I don't necessarily have to know what's going on behind the scenes on a regular basis, there is an avenue that would keep me in tune with the company, because I have so many grandchildren and great grands. I know that there are many companies that are out there that are actively making people, like, take for instance, there's a company called ATS. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, ATS and companies, and is very huge. I came on board with them, and it's just been astronomical to me. And they're very transparent in what they do. They not only do what other companies are doing, they are breaking into new places and doing new things for the, like y'all are saying, said founders. So my question is, will there ever be a time that y'all will become transparent? Because it's difficult to invest in a company that, okay, I understand that that
Hey,
y'all
Sandra.
are going to
Hey, Sandra.
become.
Sandra,
Yes.
I understand your question. And there's a very, very simple answer to it. And I love your description of transparent. And most of the companies online, they are not transparent. The one you're in might be, I don't know, but most companies are not transparent. And when we talk about OnPassive doing what other companies are going to be doing, it really is different than that. When you look at a Google or a Facebook, what they do is they get people in, they take their information, which is fine, but then they use it as if it was theirs, and it's not. It's the individuals they took it from. And then they take that information and they sell it online, and it really isn't honest or ethical. Okay. OnPassive will never do.
Right.
That's right. So OnPassive will never do that. They're very honest and ethical. And as people come in and give their information to OnPassive, they will never sell that information to a third party. And that's what these big guys do. And when you think about advertising, if you look at just Google, they do about $225 billion in revenue just with advertising. OnPassive, yeah, I know, it's a lot of money. OnPassive will be like that, but they'll do everything with permission. They will never do anything behind your back. And I love the word transparency, because you're absolutely right. Everything will be transparent. And when you think about OnPassive and you think about this other company you're in, there is such a vast difference between what OnPassive is doing and this other company is doing. OnPassive will be in so many different niches, and all of these niches are multi-billion-dollar niches, and they will be marketing for these individuals very, very ethically. And because of that, the amount of revenue that's going to be coming in for you and I as founders, it's going to be unprecedented. People will have never seen this before. So OnPassive, yes, will be very, very, very transparent. As far as keeping up with OnPassive, all you have to do is come on into the back office and listen a little bit. Doesn't take very much time. And we will keep you updated on everything OnPassive is doing. So yeah, I think you're going to like what you see. If you're not a founder yet, you will be. If you are one, rest easy. Everything is transparent, and Ash, absolutely ethical, 100%. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, it really did. And I thank you for the reassurance, because I have been listening and watching. This is not the first time I've been on one of the meetings, but this is the first time that I was able to ask a question. And I like what I hear, but like I said, I have 13 grandbabies and 3 great grands, and it don't seem like they want to stop, because I keep asking them, don't have no more. But they keep going. So
well, I can tell you, your babies are going to be really, really excited when OnPassive launches, because grandma's going to take care of all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly my plan. So I would definitely like to stay informed. And I am unable, I hope y'all don't put a plug on me, but I am unable at this present time to invest, but I am definitely going to do so when I'm able to.
Okay,
I love
that sounds great, Sandra. We're so thankful you came on. Did you have another question? Because we have others we're going to ask as well. If not, the next person we're going to go to is
No, I don't
Amir.
have another question.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for joining us. Amir Simon, if you would like to show us your video and ask a question or just ask a question, welcome.
Hello, good day. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for joining us today.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I just have a few questions. I've done some marketing over the years, but I've just dabbled in stuff. Quick question here. Charles, I think mentioned about subscription,
Yes.
which makes sense. I guess what drives that subscription is that we're working with the profit, it comes from the profit, and that's how subscription gets paid. My question is, what is that fee if for some reason, because there's always a risk involved, everyone's well-intended and we hope for the best, but if for some reason profits don't roll in the way that you intend or that you anticipate, what is that fee per month?
Oh, okay, thank you. That's a great question. Who on the panel would like to answer that question?
Oh, you would like
Charles.
Oh, I'll take it.
Okay, great.
Because I actually heard her mention my name somewhere. Okay, so that's like Susie says, a great question. I like those kind of questions because that tells me you're thinking, right? So here's what OnPassive has for us. First and foremost, I do not see, I can't possibly imagine somebody who is a founder before launch, okay, not having enough to pay for that subscription. That's number one, right? So the way we have set it up, or the way Ash has set it up, I should say, is that once you have 3 in your team, your subscription is taken care of. And that 3 can come from anywhere. That 3 can come from you. That 3 can come from AI traffic when the company launches. And you can rest assured, AI traffic is not going to take more than 30 days to get you 3 customers, right? It can come from AI traffic. It can come from overflow, right? Overflow just means the people that are in before you. So let's say you come in, any of us, our team, any of our leaders here, we all have way more than 3 already, okay? And we can only have 3 to take care of our subscription. So the rest of the customers, every founder is a customer, by the way. So the rest of the customers will overflow to those people like you coming in now. Okay, like you said earlier, there might be a risk, right? So let's just assume that for some unknown reason, you don't have, let's say, $250 to pay for the subscription after 30 days. Say you have $150, for example. What happens? Your account is just going to be paused temporarily. So it could take a day, 2 days, 3 days, okay, for that to be completed. And then you are back in the game. So you will not be suspended. You will still be working as a founder. You will still be getting commission as a founder. The bottom line is, you don't have to come out of pocket again, ever. You come out of pocket once, and that's it. You can rest assured.
Okay, so I guess my whole thing is, we always hear about the different levels. Like if you have the 3, it pays for, and I get it, I understand that. But I mean, you're saying that basically if you don't have the 3 underneath you for whatever reason, that the cost is $250 per month if you don't have the 3.
Oh,
Like, let's say it takes 3 months for you to get that. Okay. Yeah.
So I just explained that AI is going to get it on your behalf, right? You don't have to get it. So that's the difference between OnPassive and every other company that you have out there, right? So we have artificial intelligence driven traffic, okay? Once we launch, they are going to go to work on our behalf and they are going to bring in the customers. So you don't have to get it. They will get it for you. However, if you get it, great. It will just roll down to your people that come in, like overflow. Does that make sense?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I guess the other thing is, and I had asked the question in the chat, if you have existing business, is there a perk? I mean, somebody said you just use the services, but obviously there's a back end for all the customers that come on. They'll probably have to pay a fee to utilize the services. As a founding member, would you have to pay, or is there a discount?
Okay, so that subscription that you pay, that $250, the reason you're paying that, it gives you access to all those different tools that we have, the website builder, the autoresponder, everything you can use.
Okay.
So if you have, including traffic, so if you have a business that is legal, okay?
Yep.
Yes, OnPassive is gonna make sure your business is legal, that's all. And then you can use all those tools for your business.
Okay, without any additional costs.
Now,
Whereas
that's what
other
you're paying for.
customers
that
would.
subscription $250
Yeah.
is what you are paying for, so there is no additional cost.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah,
think
let me add one thing to that, just very, very quickly. When you put another business on the platform of OnPassive, obviously the biggest thing that OnPassive is going to do for the other business is drive traffic for you. And getting eyes in front of what you're doing is the hardest thing to do. You probably already know that. And OnPassive, as you put your business on the OnPassive platform, will drive traffic specifically for that other business you have. Really, really a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Thank you.
does that help answer your questions today?
It does. Yes.
Okay.
I want to add one thing, Amira. Keep in mind, if you by chance didn't have the payment of $250 that month, you don't pay out of pocket. It might pause you for an hour or 2 hours until you accumulate that much through artificial intelligence. And when it happens, boom, you're back running again. You don't have to ever put money back in out of your pocket, ever. And if they figure they're going to bring in 100 million minimum customers in a year, I don't think anybody here or anybody we know is going to be on pause. I just think mathematically it's impossible.
Okay, so that's a little bit reassuring that, I mean, Charles was talking about the pause, and it just kind of just sits there until it kind of regenerates.
It just pauses, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop the machine. The machine's working above you, below you, and everything. And eventually you look in, you're $3 short, and could be a second later, boom, you're in. With the amount of people they have coming in that will be coming in, we're going to be less than 1% of the whole company. I mean, the customers will be coming in by the millions. You won't be paused very long if you are paused.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I do have one more question. So it's $97 as a startup, as like an investment, I guess you could call it. Let's call it that. And then you said soft launch, there is something, and then the main launch, there is another something.
I can explain that too.
Please.
If you pay $97 today, if you use a credit card, it's actually 105 or 102.
Oh, it's Canadian dollars. Sorry, it's obviously going to be different in Canadian because you guys are in American dollars, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But what you're paying for is to be a founder. Now, founder means you lock in your time now, you stamp your time now, so that if we get to hard launch, you could have hundreds of people in your downline and you didn't do anything, which is the beauty of the company. It gives you the opportunity to lock in a spot now as a founder. Plus, after the launch, there will be perks for founders. And after the launch, there'll never be another founder again. So if you're not a founder today or in the next, before hard launch, you will never be one. You could be a reseller, but you'll never be a founder. And trust me, for 97 to be able to lock in now, I would do it again every day. I would pay $10,000 to get what I got.
All right.
Knowing what I know now. So you definitely want to lock in. Now, the next payment is not due until the company launches to the world. And when that happens, that's when you pay somewhere around $250. Everybody makes that initial payment, everybody. But after that, it comes out of your profits. And if you don't quite have enough profits, brakes go on, a pause, you're not kicked out, you don't lose any money, bang, it starts back up again and you're done. But keep in mind, once you have the equivalent of 3 people under you, 3 customers that you don't even know that got there because of the company, you'll never pay again. You won't even be thinking, because the next month you'll have way more than 3. I promise you that. So it's unbelievable. And it's worth the 97. In fact, it's a joke. 97 is a joke, to be able to build an empire for your family and your kids for generations to come. Really.
Yeah. And I have one last question actually that was on my mind about, you talked about legacy and you talked about residual income. So I'm just wondering, are you able to will this to your family? Like,
Yes.
okay, so that possibility is there as well.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we're
Thank
all
you.
here, Amaya.
Yes, sorry.
We're here because I'm old. I'm almost done. So I'm good.
You're not that old.
I'm almost done.
Those are all great questions and great answers coming from the panelists here. And also, if, which I doubt your account would be paused, it doesn't go up to the person above you. That's why Ash Mufareh developed this company. He says OnPassive is the correction to the corruption. He is not going to leave any founders behind. We are partners with him. This is not an investment. I know you said invest. We are partners with him. And you also mentioned about soft launch. Right now we're in pre-launch, and very soon we will go into soft launch, and the price to be a founder will go up. We do not know what that price is. It could be double. And during that time, the company will be beta testing, and us founders will be able to beta test the products. And also Ash and his team will be testing the marketing campaigns that they've designed for us. And you could get some other founders under you during soft launch. Then we'll go into hard launch. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get our next question. Abraham, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Please unmute yourself, Abraham. Okay, there you go.
Hello.
You have a question. Yes.
Hello. Yes, I have a question.
Can you go ahead with your question?
Thank you. My name is Abraham and I'm speaking from Nigeria. We in this part of the world, we have seen
Okay, you're freezing. You're freezing up, Abraham.
Abraham, can you put
businesses
your video
that never worked? So this is an online business with a different. Hello.
Can you put your video off because you are breaking?
Put my what?
Yes. Turn your video off. Turn your video off.
I can hear you better.
Okay.
Yes. We're having a hard time hearing you. So if you turn your video off, sometimes the connection's better.
Hello?
Okay, so you're gonna have to wait. I'm talking to somebody else.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you, but
Yes.
could you turn your video?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. We can hear you, but you're breaking up. Okay, there you go. What is your question, Abraham?
The video is off now. It's off now.
Go ahead now.
Ask your question.
Okay. Now, in every business you are into, particularly in this kind of country, we have experiences a lot of investment like this. And at least, can you mention one risk that is involved in this whole positive? At least a risk for us to have a view of what we are expected to meet. And another of my question is, as a founder, are you likely to? Would there be a time that your membership as a founder will expire?
Okay, who would like to answer those? Charles?
Okay, yeah, I'll take it. So, Mr. Abraham, first and foremost, all those businesses that you have back there in Nigeria and stuff that have come and gone, I'll tell you why they are gone, right? If you here in the beginning of my presentation, I talked about legitimate products, right? First and foremost, we are not an investment company, So those companies come in,
Yes.
and they tell you to invest in something, and they'll give you X percentage or whatever, right? They don't have a viable product. Any company that does not have viable products, they disappear. Believe me, it's a matter of time. We have products that are legitimate and viable. For example, Zoom is here today. It's been around since 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, 2011. Do you see them going anywhere anytime soon? Mr. Abraham, that's a question for you. Do you see them going anywhere anytime soon? Okay. Now, you look at a company like Facebook. Do you see them going anywhere anytime soon? So what I'm saying is simple. We have products that people need every day, okay? So we are not going anywhere. You want to know a risk? The only risk we have, the only risk that I see that we have, we can make so much money that you may not see heaven. So that's why we have all blessed, okay? Okay, so we can start blessing out others. That's the only risk we have, okay? Unless somebody, other leader knows of another risk. I don't know.
No risk. Okay, does that help answer your question, Abraham?
Yes, it answers my question.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you for joining us, and get back to the person who invited you. Next, we have Teresa. If you could unmute yourself, Teresa, and ask your question. Teresa, go down to the microphone that's red and unmute yourself. Okay, we'll go on to someone else. Let's see, we had Olo Blessing. If you could.
Hello.
Oh, there's Teresa. Okay, hi, Teresa. What's your question for the panel?
Well, I'm Teresa, and I'm calling from Texas.
Welcome.
I was invited by a very good friend, and I'm glad we joined. Myself and my friends here, we are listening to this webinar. So my question is this. I know that somebody have asked about membership aspiration, but I didn't hear the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Charles, you did talk about viable products. And I also have things about niches. Like you said, if there's when you have a good product that's not going anywhere, the business is likely to last, which is true. But then listen to this webinar and all the information that have been presented. What I'm understanding is more like is you have to recruit somebody, or you have to have somebody underneath you in order to benefit from this partnership. So I need a little clarification on, what really this OnPassive is all about, because I'm getting kind of different information, and it could be maybe I'm misunderstanding what it is. I'm getting a feeling it's not necessarily sell. I know it's some kind of online or traffic or internet or IT trafficking, like you said, but it's not very clear. And you say that there is no risk in this business. I really don't agree with that, because there is risk in everything that we do. So when it comes to transparency, I would really like somebody to be transparent. Tell us what it is. It may be a little risk, but there is some element of risk in everything we do in life.
Let me take that.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know where to start, because you asked so many questions in one. First of all, the risk, let me just say this, the risk is $97.
Right? Because my microphone is...
Okay, Teresa, our risk is $97. I hope that makes sense, right? So if you consider that a risk, yes, $97. And our CEO has made that less of a risk. Why? Because that $97 is refundable, okay? So you come in 30 days later, you don't like what you see, excuse me, you don't like what you hear or see, that money is refundable. So that nullifies the risk. Yet you're gonna have people that say, well, I don't want to part ways with $97. Okay, no problem. So that's your risk. okay? And that has been transparent. There is no other risk. You don't have to do anything. You talk about you have to recruit. No, you don't have to recruit, because I never use that word have to, okay? And I didn't even use the word good. I didn't say we have good products. I said we have legitimate, viable products, because you go to Avon, they have good products. You go to all these companies, they have good products. The competition is too tight. What we have are products that people need. You don't have internet service today, I am pretty sure life is going to be miserable, right? That is viable. That's the word I use, okay? So do you have to recruit? No. Why? In the presentation, I said the single most important advantage we have in OnPassive is traffic. And what is traffic? Customers, right? AI goes out, bring customers to us. So AI is going to recruit on our behalf, right? On our behalf. It has never happened. It is happening. So what's the difference? Let's say, Teresa, you come in today, you don't like to recruit, you don't talk to anybody. Great, right? But for me, I just want to tell my friends and family just because I want them to make money. I don't want to share my money with them, right? So I do that. I talk to 10 of them and they come in. OnPassive says, well, when we launch, we're going to build everybody's team. Okay, so let's say AI goes around and bringing customers for everybody. They bring the first 3 customers, they give to you, Teresa. They bring 3 customers, they give to me. But remember, I have 10 members who are also founders who deserve 3 customers each, right? So each of them is going to get 3 plus my 3, that's 33. So I am going to monetize, I'm going to have profit on 33, and you're going to have profit on 3 for the first cycle. Next cycle comes around, there's already 3 in your team, plus you 4. By the time they give 3 to everybody, that is 12. You're going to monetize on 12. In my case, 3 times 33 is what? 99. Because I started building, because I've already built, OnPassive is going to build on top of what I started. And you didn't start anything. So they're going to build on top of 0. However, I am just going to get there faster, even though you are going to get there as well. I hope that makes sense. Now, let's go to the $97. Somebody asked, yeah, the guy before asked, I forgot to respond to that. It is a yearly fee. So you're going to pay every year to be a founder. However, that money is also going to come from your commission, just like our monthly subscription. So at the end of the year, that money will simply come out of your commission. In OnPassive, we come out of pocket twice. The first time is become a founder, pay your $97. The second and the final time is when we launch, you pay that one time about $250. That's it. No more money out of your pocket. I hope that answers your question. I don't know if Mike wants to add something to that. Does that answer your question, Teresa?
Well, that kind of answered the question, but then, okay, so you're saying that the membership of 97 is a yearly membership. However, it comes from, you know, because I have 3 people under my team, or what I have 3 people under the team.
So you're a founder, Teresa?
Yeah. So that is it.
Teresa, this webinar is for guests only. Okay? On Monday, every Monday we have a founders only webinar. And those are great questions because when you ask them, other founders can benefit. Okay? On Monday, even though it is a holiday, Memorial Day, we are still going to be answering all founders' questions. So you come on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern so we can get all your questions answered. Does that make sense? Okay?
Okay, Teresa, you're muted, but we're going to go on to the next person. So Ken Millions, Ken, we can see you playing with your phone. Could you unmute yourself? And if you are a guest, please ask your question, Ken. Please unmute yourself. Okay, hi, Ken, welcome. Do you have a question for the panel?
Hi, good evening. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, yeah, I think most of my questions have been answered. So I'd like to give opportunity to someone else, please.
Thank you.
Okay, Thank you, Ken. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us. And we hope you join us as a founder. Reach back out to the person who invited you. We're going to go to Jesse next. Jesse, if you could unmute yourself.
Hello.
And, okay, well, we'll go to Olo Blessing since you're unmuted.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Olu Blessing from Nigeria.
Hi, welcome. Are you a guest today of this webinar?
Yes, I'm a guest. I was
Well,
invited by
welcome.
one of my, I
Well,
was invited
welcome.
by hello.
Hi, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Thank
can hear
you.
you.
Okay. I was invited by one of my aunts, and I've been listening to the presentations. I wanted to actually know the difference between this OnPassive and the MLM we have here in our country or everywhere. MLM. In MLM, it is on leveraging, you know, you leverage on you bring in people, you build your team, and that's how you make the money. And most of us that are working, we can't really do that full time, going to start marketing people, talking to people about it. Otherwise, they won't have nothing, no benefit, no bonuses. Is OnPassive like this MLM?
Hey,
Or
Olo, I got you. I got you.
No,
Let me
that's
answer.
a great question. Thank you. Go
Let me
ahead,
settle
that
your
Charles.
is
worries, okay?
who
Olo,
do want to, so I can hear you.
Olo, let me settle your worries, okay?
Okay.
In MLM, you're very correct. You leverage on recruiting people, right? You bring them,
People,
leverage.
products, and yeah.
All right, I'm answering now. Just relax, listen. In MLM, you leverage on people that you bring in. You recruit them, okay? And then you hope that they stay. And they have to do the same thing over and over and over, right? In OnPassive, they are gonna bring those people on your behalf and then you leverage. In other words, have you seen a company that you come in, they advertise your business for you? Okay, first of all, they get you the products, digital products, they advertise for you. Customers come in, they love it because it's great. They bring the customers, put them under you, right? So they are recruiting on your behalf. They follow up with customer support. In other words, these customers have questions, they contact the company directly. The company makes sure they are satisfied. You get commission, you get paid. So you don't have to do anything. Automated, hands-free, done for you. So with MLM, you bring two people, for example, in order to qualify to get paid. Those two have to do the same thing. They must do it for them to get paid. And the cycle repeats itself. And most of us human beings, we don't know how to do that. So we fail, right?
Yes.
So this company has corrected all of that, has made that easy for you. We just tell our people because we love them. So obviously, I'm sure you have family, friends that you want them to make money just like you. And then you share with them. We don't recruit because whether or not they come in, you will succeed, right?
Okay.
All right. I hope that answers your question.
Then my second question is, like I said, I am talking from experience MLM, the transparency in MLM. OnPassive, how is their transparency as well? But e.g., for example, if we have like 5 million people all over the globe doing this business, how would you want to share the profits? How would you want to know who is there? I know the system automatically, but is it going to be fair, free, fair, and just that is it? Because hello.
Hi. Okay. Who would like to answer?
Okay. So I think somebody just asked about transparency, right? So
yes, if you have a crowd of 5 billion persons, founders, and these people have said, okay, we are OnPassive, we are the founders, blah blah blah. When it is launched, and they're okay, madam, how do you make your money? What, as in how? Just let me understand. Transparency is key in every business, you know.
And I think that somebody just asked about transparency, and Mike Ellis just told them this is the most transparent company you'll ever find, okay? And just so you know, most of us are coming in with $97 to become founders, just like me. When the company launches, we're going to pay additional $250 or thereabout. And the kind of money you make is almost unfair that we even make that kind of money. It's unfair to the company, okay? Because the company is going to give us so much money, right?
Google.
Okay, so we have the most transparent and most available CEO in the planet. And I'm saying this from experience. I'm pretty sure I am older than you. And
I know, okay, like Google, you mentioned Google, Facebook, and all of this. Now we've not launched. When you launch and people come in mass, I just want to understand,
Okay, I think you need to come in, okay, and then you understand a lot better because you cannot understand all this in this short 1 hour presentation, okay? All you need to know for now is that we are the most transparent company on earth, okay? And we are not like Google. We are the correction to the corruption, meaning that we are better than Google, we are bigger than Google, and more transparent than Google, okay? However, you will find out more when you come into the company, and just so you know, that $97 is refundable. So if you come in and you don't like what you see or what you hear, just say, I want my money back. No questions asked. Your money will be back.
And the $250, is it dollars or $250?
Okay. You don't have to pay that now. In other words,
when you come in, you do the $250 after the launch, right? I heard something like that.
Yes, after we launch, yes, you're gonna pay that. And you would have seen everything, the products, you would have been through the soft launch, you would have seen the product, you would have seen so many different things. You also have some days to test out the products, you'll see customers coming in and out, and then you can make that payment, okay? So by that time, everything is up and running. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me add something too. Everybody here, if there's a lot that has been said, it's hard to get it all in your head. I put my email in the chat section. If you want to look at this webinar again, send me an email and I'll send it to you personally. Then you can take the time, you can stop it, you can rewind it and go back again. Because all of the questions that you're asking that I've heard so far, everybody, the answers are there, but you can play it for yourself, slow it down, stop it, and go back if you want to, and it'll be a lot easier for you. So if you request a recording of this webinar, I'll send it to you. I put my email in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marty. Those were great questions, and yeah, keep in mind, once you do jump on board as a founding member, you sign a non-disclosure agreement and you have access to the private webinars and recordings, and that's what we recommend. And then you take a look around. So thanks for joining us. We're going to go to Michael. Michael Bahoken. If you would like to unmute yourself, Michael, and ask your question. Michael, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question. If not, we'll go to Ozzy Oghide. Ozzy Oghide, who has Dr. Oz as his picture. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Hi, Ozzy.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Do you have a question for the panel?
Yes. Yes, I have a question and more like a clarification. Although most of the questions I have has been answered. I was brought into the team by a friend actually, and so far I'm impressed with what I've been hearing. However, due to my work schedule, I may not be able to create time to really follow up on some of the things or requirements. So what I just want to know is I already know that the very first step is the $97. There was another step of I think $250. Would that be all, or are there more payments that will be expected to partake in as time goes on? I'm really impressed and I'm really interested in most of the products, because from the little information, I can even see that some of the products may even be useful in the medical um, area too. Yeah, so I just want to find out because we know really. One of the questions I actually wanted to ask was these would I call it a free pattern? You know, from one you have to bring in people under you and all that, but that has been cleared. Okay, so I just want to find out, are there other payments that one can just do and start expecting money? Thank you very much.
Okay, would someone
I'll-
like to answer that, Marty? Go ahead.
Yeah. You make 2 payments. That's it. Ever. To make that clear, you make 2 payments ever to OnPassive out of your pocket. Everything else will come out of your profits. The first payment is $97 to be a founder, and somewhere in the range of $250 when we go into hard launch, that will give you access to every product that OnPassive has. It also tells OnPassive, I want you to build wealth for me. And they will start up the engine and they will build a team for you until you tell them to stop, which I can't imagine anybody's going to do because you'll be creating wealth day after day after day. That's that part. What was the second part?
Ozzy, if you could unmute yourself and ask the second part.
I know he asked about qualifications, Susie. And when you come into OnPassive, there are no qualifications. You don't have to sell, you don't have to buy, you don't have to share. OnPassive will never take anything away from you. As the funds land in your business, they are there. OnPassive will never take it away from you. So there are no qualifications. Again, OnPassive 100% automated. It's hooked up to AI, automated. OnPassive is going to drive traffic for you. And as the customers come into OnPassive and land underneath you, that's how we get paid. But there are no qualifications. And OnPassive, again, as we come in, hard launch, pay the $250 that Marty talked about, OnPassive goes to work for each and every one of us. It's unique. You will never see this online, offline. I don't think you'll ever see it again in your lifetime. OnPassive is going to build wealth for you. That's what we pay them to do. That's what they're going to do. So hopefully that helped.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. My worries have been addressed. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. There's someone on here called Infinix S5 Lite. If Infinix S5 Lite, that's how your name appears. If you could unmute yourself to ask your question. If you have your hand raised and we have you on the panel and you're not wanting to ask a question, we're going to invite you anyway and let us know. Okay, we'll go to Jesse. If you could unmute yourself and ask your question. Jesse, please unmute yourself with the microphone. There we go. Hi, Jesse. Welcome.
Hi there. Thank you. Just have a quick question. Most of my questions are answered. Is there a date for the pre-launch?
We are in pre-launch, Jesse. The soft launch. As a matter of fact, if you become a founder today or tomorrow, as long as you become a founder before Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we have a founders only webinar where we are going to break down the launching process, where we are in the launching process, what to expect in the launching process. But just to give you a briefing about short response to your question, we don't have a set date for soft launch. We are in pre-launch. After pre-launch, we are moving to soft launch. Soft launch means we, the founders, are going to be testing the products that are ready. And some of the products are ready, okay? But we'll officially get into that very, very soon in a matter of weeks. And after that, we are going to be in soft launch anywhere from 2 weeks to 12 weeks, okay? Anywhere from that period of time. And then we will launch to the public. So we are very, very close. And you want to get in now because once we get into soft launch, that $97 price is going to go up. It's not going to be $97 anymore. We don't know how much. it can double as much as 100%. Okay, so get on board, and we'll see you on Monday. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you, Jesse, for joining us. Next, we have Marilyn Chinnery. I'm not sure if you were on before. If you'd like to unmute yourself, Marilyn. You may be on by accident, not sure. Marilyn?
I think Marilyn is a founder, isn't it?
Marilyn, are you a current founder? Okay, can you unmute yourself, Marilyn? Are you a founder?
Because I've seen her before. I think.
Oh, okay, okay. I know we have Lotta, L-O-T-T-A, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Hello,
Okay.
welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, I think, in your country. Yes, so I was invited by my mom, actually, who is in Africa. I'm in Europe, and I wanted to, and she told me attend the meeting and get the clarifications so you can explain to me, because she would like to get on board. So my question is really about the products. Now you talked about a lot of things like the products, the how to get involved and everything. Now, is it to create like a new internet world? I just want to understand, because I saw there's the old wallet, the old dream, looks like you're gonna have a browser and things like that. And so is it to create an alternative internet world where based on AI, where people's data are going to some quote unquote be protected? And if yes, is it that which, like, what data center are you using? Is OnPassive using, not you, is OnPassive using to ensure that people's data are protected? That's my question. Because you said, okay, you're bigger than Google, like, I mean, not bigger than Google, but like you're doing differently from what Google is doing. So that's basically my question. Yeah.
That's an excellent question, and I think Mike's going to answer.
Yeah,
it.
and it's an excellent couple of questions. There's more than one question there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the products first, Lotta. The products of OnPassive, there are products today that are used online similar to what OnPassive is going to have. So they're in great demand. And the products that OnPassive picks, they're multi-billion-dollar niches. In other words, there's billions of dollars of revenue generated online through these products. And when we look at the products of OnPassive, they're proprietary. They're built from the ground up by the technicians that Ash has. They're brand new technology, cutting edge, superior at a lower price point. Okay, so the products that OnPassive has developed, those products are online. It's just OnPassives are better. They're superior at a lower price point. That's why the millions of customers will be coming in. And some of the products are educational platform, an HR platform that manages human resources in companies. We have a whole gambit of products, and every niche that Ash picks is a very, very large niche, which is good for us, because as customers come in and use these products, they pay a monthly fee that makes our income residual. We want that. Okay. And then we get into the security of OnPassive. This is a really, really big deal for Ash Mufareh. As people come in and use the products of OnPassive, what other big tech companies do is they take the information and they sell it to third parties. That's one way that's one way of generating revenue for them.
Yeah.
And all the big tech companies do that. OnPassive will not do that. They will protect your information. And that's the security involved with OnPassive. And as people come in and use the products of OnPassive, that's a really, really big deal, knowing that OnPassive isn't going to sell their information. Most people don't want their information sold.
Definitely.
But they don't, that's exactly right. But they don't have a choice when they go to the Google or the Facebook or Amazon or any of these large companies. OnPassive will not do that. Security is a really, really big deal for OnPassive. It's one of the reasons, along with the quality of the products, why people will be coming in and using the products of OnPassive. Did that make sense?
Yes, definitely. Another question. Yes. Okay. So they are basically taking care of driving traffic through, like on the OnPassive platforms, if I understand it. I would call it platforms because you're talking about multiple of different, let's say, products that they're going to have. So they're going to be responsible for driving the traffic through the platforms, like taking care of the advert, like the adverts parts, getting publicity across to people via various means, I believe. So is it that the money of the founders are going to come from there? Like the profits are coming from the traffic on all those various platforms, or is it coming from a platform? Then the second question that just came to my mind as we're talking is that, is it that the founders are also going to invest in the different niches that are going to come up, or what? Or we just like basically we are staking and then we're going to get a return on what we stake, or we I don't know if the right word is took or staked. So yeah, that's it.
Let me try to answer it, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Marty, and I'll jump in after you.
Yeah, you can fill in. All of the products will be yours when you pay, all of them.
Okay, all right.
When the company goes to advertise every product, there will be websites, hundreds and hundreds, in your name.
Okay.
It will be coded to you, your mother, your grandmother, and anybody that you're talking about. And and it will be done by the thousands every day, every single day. When a customer gets in, for whatever reason, they want O Connect, they want ONet, they want whatever product they want, which they'll be found because AI knows what people are searching for.
Yes, definitely.
It will deliver it to them. It will show it to them. It will show them how to use it. And there's a support team that will take care of it. They won't even know who we are.
Okay.
It will build and build and build and build. And you can have 1,000 customers in your team and they don't even know who you are. I'm going to give you an example. Amazon had created 40,000 millionaires, which were affiliates. And you might have bought from one if you ordered from Amazon. You don't even know it, right?
Yeah.
You don't even know it. But this is the same thing. They don't know who we are. And your name and your code, whatever number it is for the company, will be in a rotator, and it goes bing, 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 bing. And yours comes up all the time, daily, for 50 different products. And one day you wake up, you can have X amount of people, whatever, but you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to take care of them. You don't have to support them. When you pay that $250 a month, first one out of your pocket, the rest out of your earnings, that money is paying OnPassive to build your business for you. Traffic, everything. Absolutely everything is covered in that price, which is mind-blowing to me. But that's what that's for. So you're in it, you win it. It's that simple. You got to figure out where you're going to put your money. That's it. Yeah.
So Loda, do you think you'll tell your mom to come in?
Well, I think, I mean, she already, well, she's already interested. Okay. So I don't have to explain to her. Like, what I would just need to explain to her is the technical bits and what it implies, and what are her possibilities, because the person I invited her already gave her all the options, like all the, yes. And then I think she watched a video on YouTube or something like that. She sent me the link. I didn't even have time to watch the video. She just called me like, you know what I was talking about to you this morning? Just logging. I want you to get all the information and you get back to me. So I'm going to get back to her and give her a detailed report.
So you're going to come into, right? Correct?
Yeah, well, after I've heard,
very smart.
I'm getting interested. Yes. Definitely, I'm getting interested because if that's, I mean, from what I understood, maybe to clarify to people that are listening to me or listening to us, is that you're investing and then you're getting back in returns daily, like maybe 0.00 cents. I'm just giving an instance, and then because you're getting back the 0.00 like percentage, like every day it builds up, so you can get up to let's say hundreds a month, depending on the number of customers you have, I think, and it can go up.
You're right, except we don't like to use the word invest. You know, it's a subscription-based thing. We're not investors.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But you pay that subscription, and all of a sudden, boom, you are put in a payment plan. Is that
okay?
And once again, I'm going to put the link in the window where you can email me, and I'll send you a copy of this webinar, so you can look at it again and whatever. Nobody's pressured here. We want people to know, and you're one sharp way. So I hope you do join, because I think you'll help a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We're just sharing. If no one here gets in, it doesn't change how well I'm going to do. We're going to be successful either way, which is beautiful. You're sharing because you want to.
Yeah.
Really pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
Thank you so
Mike,
much.
did you have anything, Mike, you wanted to add?
I do. I wanted to talk about traffic just real quickly.
Okay.
And when you think about traffic is another niche that OnPassive is in. So traffic is a product of OnPassive.
Okay.
And again, when we think about niches, they're very, very large. The niche of traffic is probably $500 billion a year. It's massive. And what happens if OnPassive takes 20% of that traffic, or 20% of that market, or 30 or 40%? This is just one niche. There are 50 niches just like this, just as big.
Okay.
And OnPassive will take a lot of this niche. And as OnPassive, as people come into OnPassive specifically to use the traffic, and they start paying OnPassive, all of that money goes to you and I as founding members, those individuals participating with OnPassive. One niche, okay? What people don't understand, as OnPassive launches to the world this year, they will launch to the world as a unicorn company, $1 billion company. That's never been done before, ever, ever, ever. And because of that, Ash is sharing about 65, 70% of the profit with us. All of that money gets distributed to you and I.
Okay.
And when you talk about making, well, maybe I can make $100 a month. And I talk about money. Most people talk about apples. I talk about money.
Yeah.
$100 a month. I mean, you need to start dreaming and dreaming a lot bigger. The amount of money that's going to be coming into OnPassive, if you are a founding member, is going to take care of those financial needs. You're not even going to think about money. And that's a really, really good place to be. And it's because of the niches. And one of the niches is traffic. That's one of the products of OnPassive that they're going to use for us to help us build wealth. I thought I'd throw that in there. I don't know if that did anything for you, but it gets me very, very pumped up when I talk about that.
No, it's very clear now for me what you explained, and thank you very much for answering the questions and to be available to make people understand what they're getting into. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you for joining us, and mark this day in your calendar, because your life has changed forever once you jump on board. So thank you so much. Next, Angela Gilchrist, if you could unmute yourself, Angela. Hello, Angela. Okay, we'll go to Diraj Surya. Oh boy, I'm going to kill this name. Oh wait, there's Angela. Angela.
Yes. Hello. I am a founder, so I will be there on Monday. So I was trying to lower my hand and I couldn't, but I'll be there on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday, Angela.
Monday. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, Diraj Suryansh Surivansh. Diraj, if you'd like to unmute yourself. If not, we're going to go to Lizzie. Lizzie, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question. Remember, this is a guest webinar, Q&A for guests only. Lizzie, or do we have Florence? Florence, if you would like to raise your hand, and then we'll go to Amir again. Hi, Florence, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. My question really is, I'm trying to understand how this operates. Okay, we are going to have individual accounts, correct? when you join.
Lawrence, are you a founder?
I'm a guest,
Okay.
just for now.
Okay.
So if we get our individual accounts, are we also going to have individual websites? That's one question.
The answer to that is yes. And the company will build a website for you. You don't have to worry about building it.
Okay. And so what kind of support system? Let's say I'm not very perfect in operating or using internet. What kind of support system are we going to have once signed up?
So like it's 100% automated, okay? It's automated, and that's why Ash, our CEO, was targeting people like you, okay? You don't have to know anything to be able to do this business. Everything is done for you. Like I said, the website will be built for you. The website will be advertised, the business will be advertised on your behalf. The customers will come in, make payments. The company will pay you for those payments, and they will support those customers, right? Now, as far as support, the only support you need is how to withdraw your money, correct? So don't worry about that. We're gonna give you that. That's why we're here, right? We're gonna show you how to get in and take your money out, if that's what you're asking, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Florence? Do you have another question? Or are you all set?
Well, my next question is, how long do you think? Because some of us have had a very bad experience joining all manner of companies and get burned in the process. How reliable is, I'm going to be blunt with this question. How reliable do you think that this company is going to be?
Well, I'd like to answer that.
Go ahead, Susie.
I have 100% belief in this company, the products, the CEO, and how things are being run. And just to let you know, I'm not an online marketer. I joined because I was in an MLM and I was struggling. You know, I did well, but my team didn't do well. And I saw the opportunity of jumping on and saying, wow, I could put that business on here, help myself, help my team. I caught the vision right away. But now as I've been in a year and a half, I've realized, geez, OnPassive is going to be my business. I don't have to manage customers. I don't have to manage products. I am 60 years old, Florence, and I've worked hard my whole life. So I am going into this with full belief. And we understand it does, some people, it takes time, but if you come on as a founder, knowing that you have time to look around and you can get a full refund of your $97, you'll have access to the back office. You'll start seeing some of our private webinars, and your belief is going to go through the roof, just like the rest of us. Now, as far as ease on the system and the products, I have my whole family in, and I have my 90-year-old mom and my soon-to-be 94-year-old dad as founders. This is going to be automated. I'm going to help manage their account, you know, whatever we need to do. I have brothers and sisters, cousins, friends on who barely can handle email. And we've been reassured by our CEO that if you can drink water, you can be a member of OnPassive. So I have full belief. I can't stand here and convince you, neither can anyone here, but I think once you hear our CEO speak and other founders and understand that we're giving from the heart, I think you'll have full confidence in this business.
Yeah, I just want to be sure for what I'm getting myself into. I'm right there at your age. I'm retired and I don't have time to be messing around or somebody taking my penny and shutting the platform down. I cannot deal with that at all.
I totally understand.
I'll be glad to have something that, can generate income for me.
Yeah.
I don't need anything that will be taking income away from me at this point in my life. And that's
Right.
why I'm not mixing words, asking this question that I am
Oh,
asking.
I totally understand, and we get that question a lot, but our CEO has said OnPassive is the correction to the corruption. He knows people have been burnt in the past. He has been burnt in the past. Many people have been burnt in the past. But if you re-listen to this presentation, we talk about viable products that people are already buying, but ours are superior. He has built this company from scratch. And I think that once you get in and you hear more, your confidence and your belief is going to keep growing.
Amen to that.
Amen. Welcome on board. I get the feeling you're going to jump right on board today. So thank you, Florence. Okay, we're going to, yep, we're going to go to Lizzie. We haven't seen you unmute yourself. So if you could unmute yourself, if not, we're going to go to, oh, there you are, Lizzie. Welcome. Would you like to ask a question?
Hello.
Hi, Lizzie. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon. It's our time here. I was surprised when I saw the name Lizzie on the board. It's actually Tina, who's a founder. I'm not asking a question. I'm just coming in to add to some experience that I have that is going to help some guests today. Because I have, well,
you know, excuse me, but we really don't have time for the founding members for their testimonial. I'm sure it's really, really good, but we're growing late and we want to get to all the people that are new and have them ask their questions. So save that for a fireside chat if you could. We appreciate it, but we really want to get to the new individuals and no testimonials today. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have, I'm hoping I'm saying it, pronouncing it. Jungo Dominic, we can see you on the screen. If you there, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I know you're unmuted, but we cannot hear you. So maybe your volume's not up. There you go. We can't hear you. Okay, we're gonna.
Your headset might be off. Try to put it on or take off the headset.
We can't hear you. No. Is your volume up? It must be because you can hear us. While you figure that out, we still can't hear you. We're going to come back to you. Okay. So we have Thomas, Ali. Thomas, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Hi, Thomas.
How are you? So yeah, my dad, also by the name of Thomas Ali, also invited me.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to read up on it. So pretty much, so you come in as a founder, you pay the $97 fee, and then after that you pay a $250. Right?
About
yeah,
that.
And that's at hard launch, Thomas.
Okay. And then from there, and then once everything is launched, and all you're saying that I don't have to bring anybody, I don't have to recruit, because I'm currently also in another MLM.
Yeah, and this is not an MLM. This is a full-blown business. It's brick and mortar. But yes, OnPassive is going to go to work for you. You do not have to build your business. OnPassive will do that for you.
Okay. And then do I have to, I have to pay like a monthly subscription?
When you come in and pay the $250 as we launch to the world, that is a monthly prescription, but that monthly prescription will be paid from the profits of OnPassive. You will never have to go out of pocket. You will never have to go out of pocket except that first month. After that, your profits will pay that monthly fee.
Okay. And what if you don't make the profit of $250 every month?
Again, if there's not enough money in your wallet, in your back office, let's say there's $200, you need $50. Your account is just paused. You will still be making money. OnPassive is still going to market for you, put money in your account. And when you have that $50, then it'll pay the monthly fee and your account is unpaused. That's all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I
Okay.
just wanted to ask that.
Very
Thank you,
good.
Thomas. And we
You're
really feel confident that every month we're going to have enough profit to pay for it. But that is a common question. Okay, Marie, if you would like to unmute yourself, Marie Pendy, and we'll get to the last few people here. After that, Marie, are you with us? Hi, Marie.
Hi, good afternoon. Just want to extend my gratitude to the CEO of this company for the good that he's doing for mankind. That's all, just the comments that I had.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We agree with you, Marie. Thanks for being here. Modupe Okoi, Modupe. Okay, Amer Simon, you were on before. Do you have another question?
Well, some of my questions got answered. That wonderful lady from England actually asked the question that I actually wanted to know. So that's
okay.
fantastic. Yeah, and then the other thing was, what technology are you guys using so that the wealth is evenly distributed? So that's my concern. I think that was the undertone of a couple of the questions. It's just what particular strategy are you guys using to ensure that it doesn't actually go to one person more than the other, right? Because everyone has a separate account. I imagine you can only have one account.
No, you cannot.
No, you can have multiple accounts.
So first of all, you can have multiple accounts, okay? And second of all, some people are more active than others. In other words, there are people here who are busy sharing the word. And like I said earlier, OnPassive is going to build everyone's teams, right? Every account is considered a founder. So if you have 10 accounts, that's considered 10 separate founders, okay? And each of those 10 accounts will be built. Now, think about this for a moment, Amaya. Let's say Mike Ellis here promised to build a story building for you and I. Mike Ellis is an architect. Come, let's say October 1st. Now, before October 1st, I look at the time, I say I have 3 or 4 months to go, and I start the foundation and I start the work. And you say, oh, that's fine, I'm just gonna wait. Mike Ellis comes September 1st, and I've already done the foundation. In fact, I've already done 1 floor, 1 story. Now it's 10-story building. All he has to do is start from the 2nd story, right? You, on the other hand, he's gonna start from the foundation, okay? So obviously my building will go up faster than yours, right? Okay, so it's the same scenario here. OnPassive is gonna build all our teams. But some of us, because we want to help others, will end up bringing in founders. We'll end up starting to build our teams. So let's say upon launch, and I have built a team of, let's say 5,000 individuals. Not directly from me, but the whole team, okay? But you are, you know, hey, I don't want to talk to anybody, like most people, which is okay. So guess what? If OnPassive gives me 10 customers upon launch, or they give you 10 customers upon launch, they're gonna give everybody 10 customers as well, because we're all founders, right? Let's just say that. But guess what? I have 5,000 founders that are gonna get 10 also, right? That's 50,000 customers from day one, or from the first cycle, that I am gonna monetize on. So it is not gonna be evenly shared. So people are gonna start monetizing more than others, depending on what you have done prior to launch, right? However, everybody is going to get built. Everybody's team will get built, and everybody will succeed eventually. So what is OnPassive using? Artificial intelligence, right? Everything we do uses artificial intelligence. So that's the technology. And it's a revolutionary breakthrough technology that is going to ensure that everybody gets what they deserve.
Okay, so yeah, that gives me a few more questions, but it's okay. I'm good. Thank you.
And if you become a founder, Amaya, On Monday at 2 p.m., you can bring your questions to that founder-only meeting. You'll get to understand more. And you have 30 days. If you don't like what you hear or see, you can get your money back.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We have Manish Kumar. If you could unmute yourself. Manish Kumar, unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay. Let's see. How about Nuju Dominic? I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. We're having trouble with your headphones. Can you ask your question, please? We still cannot hear you at all. So if you want to type your question in the chat, one of us will look at it and we'll answer the question. Okay. Nuju Dominic, write it in the chat. Manish Kumar. Manish, if you would unmute yourself. Jeez,
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Amal.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Amal Patayar from Canada, from Arabic team. Yes, the second time I watching you all. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I was happy
Hey,
to
Amar,
hear you all.
Amar, you're breaking in and out. We can't hear you. So write your
Yeah.
question in the chat room, and Susan, go on
No,
to
no,
the
I
next
have
person.
no question. I'm just
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. You're breaking up, Amal.
Yeah, so that's fine. But she says she has no questions. So that's okay.
Okay, I'm struggling muting her, so. Okay. Okay, Jeff, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, Jeff. Hello, welcome.
Hi. I have a question about the back office. The information on the back office.
Are you a founder?
Yes, I am. Of course.
Okay, wait until Monday. This is not a founders meeting. Your questions will be answered on Monday, please. This is just for new people. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Yes, if any of you are here on the screen and you're a current founder, we're going to be wrapping things up for our guests. We have a few more. Nuju Dominic asked his question. He would like the webinar. So Marty, he put his email in the chat, and perhaps you can send him a copy of the webinar. And then we have Satendra Charsia. Satendra, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question. Hi. Hello,
Hi, how are
welcome.
you?
Good, we're having a hard time hearing you. It's very noisy.
Hello.
Do you have a question?
In language.
We're having a hard time hearing you, so please type your question in the chat. Yeah, we can't hear you clearly. Please type your question in the chat. I'm going to mute you. So Mike, I think Nadeem is a founder, and also Olo Blessing is a founder, correct, Olo? We're wrapped up for today. Would you like me to close it out, Charles?
Well, yeah, just let me just first of all make the announcement that, hey, for those of you who are founders, remember Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we have our founders only updates plus Q&A. So that's where you come and ask all the questions that you have about back office, about anything having to do with OnPassive, right? And for the past couple of Mondays, our CEO has just jumped on. We didn't know he was coming. He just comes sometimes, right? he told us he's going to be coming every now and then. So you might be surprised again this Monday. And whenever he gets there, he gives us very, very good updates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a guest here today, just be sure you sign up before Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and you'll be allowed to come in and listen in on the updates. And I encourage you all to do that because you will be glad you did, right? So I will be, Susie will be posting the flyer for Monday right after this. So watch out for that. Get your link from the back office and also from the group chats. That's it. Susie, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. And also thank you to all the current founders who help answer questions in the chat. We know a lot of you want to come on and give your testimonial because you're just excited as we are about this. But these are our public webinars for our guests. So there are other opportunities. We have, like Charles said, the private founders only Q&A Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's posted in the back office. And also there's some fireside chats that you can be invited to too if you want to give your testimony. So in the essence of time, these are geared for our guests only. So we appreciate you being here today. Does anyone want to say anything else? If not, we'll say goodbye until next time and take that jump and join. You won't regret it, and mark this day in your calendar. May 29th, the day your life changed. Okay.